This is Jesse Chor, a University of Waterloo graduate who is the founder of Tanda, a startup that emerged from a simple but powerful observation while on his trip in Japan, that QR codes have the power to simplify mobile interactions. His journey, as stated in the interview, is full of energy, creativity, and hustle. However, when core entrepreneurial concepts are applied to Jesse Chor's journey, a pattern of gaps in his strategy emerges, especially those that apply to the lean startup methodology, which highlight how a more structured and disciplined approach could have significantly increased the business's chances for growth. First, a minimum viable product, or an MVP, is the simplest version of a product that allows entrepreneurs to begin learning about customers while using minimal resources. Jesse's team built a QR code generator and an API early on, which was lean and functional. This aligns well with MVP principles. However, the MVP was built largely based on Jesse's personal excitement about QR codes, not on verified consumer demand. He admits that they didn't know if the urgency for customers was even there. This suggests that the MVP may have been over-engineered before confirming market interest. A more disciplined MVP approach would have been testing smaller, faster iterations with real users before scaling. Next, validated learning is the process of testing assumptions through customer feedback using data to guide decisions. Jesse mentions that feedback helped them improve the product by adding features such as dynamic redirects and analytics. That's a positive sign. But he also admits that they didn't know where their traffic was coming from. This is a major gap. Without structured experiments or clear metrics, they miss a chance to truly understand user behavior. Lean startup methodology demands rigorous testing of hypotheses. Tanda's learning was reactive, not proactive. They could have benefited from clear feedback and a more deliberate collection of data. Next, product or market fit occurs when a product satisfies a strong market demand. It is one of the 5 most common reasons for startup failure, which displays its importance. In the interview, Jesse shares a moment when the CEO of a major barcode company doubted their traffic numbers, until realizing Tanda was processing 10 million scans a day, which is impressive. But again, even though there was this major growth, Jesse didn't know why or where the growth was happening. This lack of insight undermines the strength of their product fit. Achieving fit isn't just about volume, it's about understanding who your users are, why they're using your product, and how to serve them better. Tanda's success was real, but very fragile, and built on momentum rather than strategic understanding. Instead, a more structured approach using segmentation and customer interviews could have helped them refine their value proposition and better target their ideal users. And lastly, growth hacking involves using creative, low-cost tactics to drive rapid user acquisition. Jesse's QR sign campaign in Seattle was a great example. They created custom signs for 700 restaurants and even making social media accounts for those that didn't have them. This generated traction and media attention, including a TechCrunch feature. In conclusion, Jesse Chor's journey with Tanda showcases entrepreneurial grit and creativity. He applied key startup principles, but often without the discipline that those concepts require. A more structured approach to MVP testing, validated learning, and growth analytics are what could have turned Tanda's momentum into sustainable, scalable success. His story is a reminder that passion and hustle are essential, but strategy, measurement, and customer insight are what turn startups into growing enterprises.